morning. Welcome to the 2 o'clock edition of SCZ Live. We're back here in our chick rearing room in the North America Prairie with Emma and Carter, and we're going to have an update on our Grosbeak Starling chicks. I'm going to turn the camera around. Emma, tell us what we're going to see today because we won't be able to hear later.
So we're going to start off by explaining what we're going to do today. We're tuning back into our Grosbeak Starling chicks. We pulled some eggs, incubated them ourselves, and we are now hand rearing them. If you go back and watch last week's episode, you'll see how much smaller they are, and then this is just an update to where they are now. So they're a whole week older than they were last week. So we'll show you how much they've grown, kind of the development that they've shown in the past week. We're going to feed them, and then at the very end of the feeding, we're going to put bands on them, their identification, so that we can tell who is who. In the previous video, you saw that we marked their backs with Sharpie. They are getting to be too dark, and their feathers are starting to splay out to where that's not working, so we're putting on bands on their feet, so that way we can tell who's who during the rest of the chick rearing process. So Carter's going to take over from here, and he's going to start feeding them.
I see what you mean now, Emma, by noise.
Yeah, so they're very vocal right now, so we're going to let Carter feed them, and then at the very end, we'll answer any questions you guys have, just so we don't have to compete with the noise of their vocalizing. So right now, Carter is weighing each of them. We weigh them at the beginning of the feeding, and then at the very end, so that way we track their development and how much they're eating at each feeding. And these are Grosbeak Starling. Now last week you'll notice that their food was a little bit different than this week. Last week it was mainly carrot pellets that we softened up, and then some nice pinks that were chopped up pretty small for them. But now we're introducing them to a little bit of an adult diet that they would see once they enter exhibit in the tropics. And that's just unpacking mixed with a lot of different fruits and veggies and lettuce and hard-boiled egg and things like that, so they start to get used to that new adult diet.
I am glad my children are not this noisy at lunchtime.
They are very noisy. This is them begging for food. They would do this with their parents, and that would be one way the parents would know that they're hungry. And they're starting to get a lot more active, so you'll see he just jumped out of the bowl. Their feet are starting to get a lot stronger.
And Carter, you can still tell them apart by those original markings as you're weighing them.
Yes, so we've recently put a little dot just on each foot with the same color that was on their back so that we could still tell them apart. But after today, we will tell them apart by the colored band that we put on their leg. So now we're going to start.
Emma, how many times a day do you feed the starlings?
They're eating 4 times a day now, so every 3 hours. We were feeding them at night, coming in after hours, but they are big enough and strong enough that we are just feeding them during the day now.
And again, these are Grosbeak Starling chicks.
Yes.
Where are they found in the wild?
They are from an island off the coast of Indonesia. Carter, do you remember the name?
Yes, they're from an island called Sulawesi.
And their parents live in the tropics building?
Yes. So their parents laid their eggs in a nest box in the tropics building. Their parents in the past have not been able to raise chicks very successfully, so we pulled a couple eggs to raise them on our own. Hand rearing just improves the survivability of these chicks, and they, the SAT really wanted us to produce some
are part of that species survival plan program.
They are, yes. And we have a couple grading recommendations in the topic building, so.
I noticed the lead feathering that's starting to come in on the rump.
Yes, they're starting to, so their feather tracks have fully come in, and then you're starting to see at the ends of those feather tracks, those feathers start to splay out. And you'll see that they're a lot darker. If you go back to last week's video, you'll see they're a lot more pink. They don't have the darker colors because of the feather tracks and the feathers that have come in. You'll also see that their eyes are open completely. They're fully developed and they're opening their eyes completely. They're a lot more vocal, and you'll see in the bottom of the bowl there are some sticks that we've added. That's to help with their gripping with their feet so they can practice perching as they're growing, so that way we don't just throw them onto a perch and they have no idea what to do with their feet. They get some practice while they're in that bowl to grip onto a stick.
And again, these are Grosbeak Starling chicks. And approximately how old are they now, Emma?
Ooh, good question. Let me look at our records. 13, 14. So they are days 13 and 14. So 2 weeks old and a day short of 2 weeks old. 2 of them were born on the same day, 13 days ago. And then 2 of them were hatched, I guess, 2 weeks ago today.
Sorry out there, everybody. We're hearing that the chicks are so loud that you can't hear us talking. So we're going to let Carter feed the chicks for a few minutes, and then we'll continue to talk after we're done feeding. And again, these are Grosbeak Starling chicks from Indonesia. I guess that old saying of you eat like a bird, meaning you eat very little, isn't quite true. When these Grosbeak Starling chicks need to be fed 4 times a day by our zookeepers.
And right now they're eating probably between 3.5 to 4.5 grams per feeding. We track it in a log, and if they have a really big feeding at 2 o'clock, they may not eat as much at 5 o'clock. It does fluctuate, but it's about 3.5 to 4.5 grams of food per feeding right now.
And again, these are Grosbeak Starling chicks. That must be the sound of being satiated a little bit there. A little quieter now.
A little quieter. Sometimes they get a second wind though. Wrap up here in a couple bites.
And there's that second wind.
Okay, any of you who watched last week, you can see they're a lot stronger than they were last week. They can keep going for quite a bit.
So that is one of the fun things about our Facebook Live is we do take them all over to the zoo's YouTube channel. So as Carter was just saying, we did the Facebook Live on these chicks last week, so you can compare their size and their vocalization and their strength between this week and last week. Step away a little bit here so that Carter can finish up. One of the questions we did receive is, will these chicks stay at the zoo once they grow up?
We are hoping to keep them in the population. They will either go into our tropics building and become a breeding pair with someone in there to diversify genetics, or it's always a possibility that they will leave Sedgwick County Zoo and go to another zoo as a recommendation from the species survival plan.
And again, these are our Grosbeak Starling chicks that are about 2 weeks old?
Yes, they're 2 weeks old. If you go back and watch last week's video, they're about a week old, so you can see the difference between them. A couple differences you might see from last week to this week is that last week they were a lot smaller, they're a lot more pink, so this new gray color has developed over the last week. You'll see that their eyes are open this week, whereas last week they were still developing. And their feather tracks have fully completed, and they're starting to have their feathers splay out. So just in 1 week, they develop quite a bit. They grow up very, very fast. Even next week, when you tune in with us, you'll see that they are even more farther along.
I think that's a really fun thing to be able to do, to track their growth as you guys care for them.
Yes.
Now, Emma, I see you have with you the bands.
Yes.
And this is what will allow us to be able to tell them apart as they continue to grow.
Yes. So last week you'll notice we had Sharpie on their back so we could tell who was who. Because of their new coloration and their feathers coming in, that is becoming a lot more difficult for us. So we're going to put some bands on their legs to help us identify who's who so we can track them along the rest of their development. So we're going to start that now. We're just going to use same color that they were. So we're just going to keep it simple and put the same color that they currently are labeled as with the same colored band. So if they were marked purple, they're going to get a purple band. These are about how big the band sizes are. We have many different sizes depending on the kind of birds that we have in the collection. But this is about as big as a Grosbeak Starling's leg is. Their legs will still continue to grow and develop, but this gives them enough leeway to where it's not going to be too snug or fall off.
And there was another discussion of why aren't they with their mom? And Emma, you had said earlier that the parents had not had success or much success in raising chicks in the past. And because they're part of the species survival plan, having these chicks have a good survival rate meant also having us help care for them.
Yes, so we have let the parents lay eggs and try to raise them on their own in the tropics building. And we've been tracking that they haven't had such very good survivability. So we pulled the chicks to hand raise them. It increases their survivability and also lets us diversify genetics within the SST, because these guys did have a recommendation for breeding this year. Green? Mm-hmm.
it's just like putting on a bracelet.
Yep. This little tool we have widens the band just enough to where we can just flip it on their leg really easily.
Well, these are lucky little Grosbeak Starling chicks. Grosbeak Starling chicks.
It becomes a tongue twister after a while. Alright, we've got one more.
A matter of fact, that was easier than me putting on a bracelet.
It's a pretty quick, smooth process. So now these guys are going to go back in the brooder. The brooder right now is 92 degrees. It keeps them warm since they can't really sustain their body temperatures quite yet. So them being in there is super beneficial.
And I love the creativity of these brooders where we're able to use some different technology to take Rubbermaid coolers, and then you can see we've modified them to be able to have the temperature control and the readout there, which allows them to stay at the perfect temperature.
Yes.
There was a question out there, why were they making so much noise? And really the main reason for that is because they were feeding.
Yes.
And birds are very noisy when they eat.
Yes. The vocalizations you heard is a form of begging. So the mother would bring food and then they would beg and vocalize to show that they're hungry. Since they do have siblings, they do kind of play off of each other and they just become louder in numbers.
That's great. Well, Carter, Emma, thank you so much for joining us today on Facebook Live. I'm going to end our shot over here with our tawny frogmouth chick, who's also here if you can see him. We saw him on a Facebook Live a couple of days ago. I want to remind everybody that tomorrow is Earth Day, and we will have Earth Day celebrations virtually here at Sedgwick County Zoo on the hour on Facebook, and then we will also have posts throughout the day on Twitter. So as you get ready to celebrate Earth Day tomorrow, remember to get outside, enjoy nature, do your social distancing while you enjoy the beauty all around you. Thank you for joining us on SCZ Live.